my tea say today? Walk beautifully, talk beautifully, and live beautifully. I like that. Hot. So, where am I gonna put this? I'm gonna put my tea. There we go. Cute kitty. Yes, so today I wanted to talk about the 5 questions that you should ask yourself when you are creating your personal brand. Number 1, you should ask yourself, what do you like? Do you like drawing animals like I do? Do you like drawing people? Maybe you're more of a portrait artist and you just like drawing people. I'm not a big portrait artist. I can definitely draw it. I prefer to draw animals. I like to draw things, like whales and sharks and frogs and insects and things that ain't nobody ever heard of before. But at the same time, back in the day when I was a wee little baby and we had this thing called cable, and most of the kids now are like, cable, what's that? Well, let me tell you, it was like 40 channels, and channel 34 was the Discovery Channel. And that was my favorite channel because I always loved watching shows about, Africa and Indonesia and the ocean and Antarctica, all these crazy places, and all the really cool animals that were a part of it. So that's one of the reasons why, for me, my portfolio consists mainly of animals. So that's the big thing that you should ask yourself. Maybe you like to draw people, maybe you don't like either of those things, and you like to draw architectural drawings, like schematics for buildings and stuff like that. That's really cool too. It's not something that I like, but it might be something that you like. Now, question number 2 is, you should ask yourself, well, what medium works best for you? For me, it's charcoal, and I just really like that medium. It allows me to put out the kinds of drawings that I like with the aesthetic that pleases me and my eye. But for you, who knows? Maybe you don't like charcoal, maybe you like graphite, or maybe you're more of a painter. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You just have to play around with these different mediums. And for me, when I was in art class in high school, we were going through all the different mediums, and when the 2-week slot came up for charcoal drawing, there was just something about it that clicked in my brain, and I was able to kind of stand out from the rest because it came to me, like my brain understood it, like I got it. For you, maybe that's all you need to do. Maybe you just need to take a simple drawing class or art class in school, and you'll be able to identify which medium flows best with the way that you think and the way that you draw. Maybe you like, digital drawing, tablets and stuff nowadays. That's a big thing that's opening up, and a lot of artists of all different types are making some really cool digital drawings. So, that's something to consider. Now, question number 3, the big 3, is, do you have the proper tools? Now, this is something that, for my own experience, this will come with time, especially once you kind of identify, oh, well, I like to draw this certain thing and I like to do it with graphite. Then you can kind of really get a laser focus, and you'll start acquiring all the tools that you need for that specific medium. Things to consider are, do you have the right pencils? Do you have a variety of pencils? Do you have the right kind of paper for your medium? What is your studio set up, or are you in the process of scaling it out to really help you create the best art that you can? One of the big things that I just changed up is I just got a new toolbox, and so it's kind of cool because I have multiple slots for all of my, my paper and all my tools and all of that stuff, and I have it easily accessible. I have my drafting table where I do all my drawings, and then I reach over and boom, pull it out, grab some paper or whatever it is that I need, and it helps me continue to create and just work faster and smoother. And number four, this is something that it's totally personal preference. You know, you can pull a Picasso and you can make all sorts of stuff, all different sizes, or you can be a little bit more focused on specifically your portfolio, and you can have what I like to call consistency in your pieces of work. Now for me, I asked myself, what size canvas would I want to work with consistently, just over and over and over again? Well, being that my portfolio is a little different in that I like to record when I draw, and then I put all that stuff in Adobe like I've shown you guys in the past, and I put it all together for a time-lapse video. 11" by 14" I have found works really good for me. So I use 11" by 14" consistently. That is the size of my work that I like to use. One of the reasons why is because it's not so small to where it's like, what is that on the wall? It's also not so big to where I'm just throwing charcoal. Guess what? I gotta throw more charcoal, and you know, it's time consuming. I don't really like that. So that's something to consider and ask yourself is, well, what size of canvas do I want to use? And this will allow you to streamline your process, because you're just going to be going back and you're going to be doing the exact same size, you know, whether you're drawing a frog or a car or a tree or a landscape, whatever. It's going to be consistent across your pieces. So that'll definitely help. And big number 5, the big philosophical question is why? Why do you want to draw? You know, is it, you know, just because? Is it for profit, or maybe for nonprofit? Or maybe you do it just to meditate and kind of zen out from a long day at the corporate gig. You know, there's no right or wrong answer to any of these questions, especially the big philosophical number 5 question. But there are questions that I asked myself when I kind of started this journey on archiving my process and archiving my work, and it really helped me solidify kind of the trajectory that I was taking myself and my art, and kind of what I wanted to pull from it. So the journey is different for all of us, my friends. You just have to, you know, ask yourself the right questions so that you can end up in the right place at the end of it all. So that is it, and that is all I got for you guys this week. Now remember, if you guys enjoyed this video and you find yourself enjoying all the videos that we make here at Messer Creations, then I encourage you to like and subscribe, and make sure that when you subscribe you hit the bell, ding, so you guys can be notified when our latest and our greatest videos come out. My name is Braden. You guys have just been tipped off. I hope you guys had fun, and I will see you in the next one.